Good stuff right there. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Joshua Verwers, and you are finding yourself right here on the channel, smack dab in day 26 of VEDA. We are winding down, we are nearing the end, but that doesn't mean that we're done yet, because we still got so much more to go. Just to let you know, if you're new to the channel, that every time I upload a new video, it is designed to bring you information and inspiration to help you live by faith. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way YouTube notifies you every time I upload a new video. Now, today is going to be a very busy day for me, and I'm hoping I've got enough energy left in the tank when I get home tonight to really edit this vlog. First thing I'm doing is heading to Des Moines with my mom. We're going to pick up a few things for her, and then I've got to pick up my son and my wife, and we're heading back to Des Moines because tonight is Avengers Endgame. Now, we still haven't seen Captain Marvel, and we've got to get that in first. So we're heading up to Des Moines at noon to watch Captain Marvel. Then we've got to head to Indianola for our 6 o'clock showing of Avengers Endgame. And don't worry, there will be no spoilers. I hate spoilers, I cannot stand them, so you will not be getting any of them. I will not be sharing any vital information at all. I think the only thing I may do towards the end is give you... This is a good idea. I'll give you a facial expression. No words, just facial expression. How about that? All right, so I gotta get out of here, and we'll catch back up in this setting later tonight. All right, so Jared, you did it again. Once again, you have asked a question that makes absolutely no sense to me. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's up, man?
You have confused me once again with your questions.
Oh no, what happened?
So, your question, here's where the geek of me comes out, because you asked something about, stage 4 of the, or phase 4 of the social media ministry, but then you referred to Endgame, and Endgame is actually in phase 3.
Oh, very clever.
So I'm like, hold on a second, wait, I'm not sure what he means.
Basically projecting out, if you could, what does the end, the culmination of all of this social media stuff, like how are you practically going to get to where you feel like the Lord is leading? You with it?
Yep, I'm with it.
All right, my friend, you guys have an absolute blast. No spoilers.
No spoilers. All right, we'll see you on the vlog tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Jared, you just saved yourself. We had that phone call and you clarified, because I was extremely confused. You start talking about, what is the end game, but then you're talking about phase 4, and I'm thinking, hold on a second. The Avengers Endgame is part of phase 3 of the MCU, not phase 4, but you clarified. Future you clarified to past you that you misspoke. But anyways, you're going to have to find out what my Endgame social media strategy is until we've actually watched the Endgame, because that's where we're heading right now. You guys ready to see this?
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Logan, are you excited?
I'm ready.
We're ready.
Yes.
So, we'll see you guys on the other side. No words, no spoilers. Think about the movie and let me see your face. Woo! Yeah, that was good. Alright, so to kind of wrap up all of my thoughts, now that I have seen Endgame, and Jared, you're asking me about the endgame of this social media ministry, this digital ministry, if you want to call it either one, what the endgame looks like is still in development for me. To use the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe terminology, if we can, I'm still in phase 1 of this ministry. So I'm still in developing and introducing myself on the different platforms that you had mentioned. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So I'm not going to be able to tell you where I see myself for phase 2 or even phase 3 and how the end game looks, but I can answer your question as to what are my tactics in getting to that end game, because those tactics are really not going to change at all. So what about my tactics? Well, my tactics are very specific, but depend on each different platform, and they depend on the direction that those platforms are taking. See, I think that as a minister of the gospel, we have been given a great free tool and resource in each of these social media platforms. And what we need to do then is really honor how these are designed and intended to be used. Some content can be repurposed, but it needs to be repurposed in a specific way for each specific platform. Let's start with YouTube right here. So obviously YouTube wants high quality, high production value videos, but ultimately they want videos that are engaging and keep people on their platform a longer period of time. So I have to be studying my analytics and looking at you guys and your viewing habits. Are there things that I'm doing that make you leave the videos? If so, if I can acknowledge those, I need to fix those, because obviously I want you to be here to listen to what I'm saying even more, because I believe this does help you live by faith. But YouTube also wants you to listen to me more, because they understand if you're on the platform more, you're watching more ads, they're making more money, and they're happy because, well, they're a business. And then if I'm actually delivering what I'm trying to deliver, value to you that will help you live by faith, you want to be watching longer because it encourages you. Really, this type of a principle, it goes beyond just social media ministry. This should be how each of us live our lives and how we communicate God's love with people. We should be trying to think, how can we be more effective in the way that we communicate? If I jump over to Facebook and think about them, they've got this strong push right now for video, and they're really trying to promote that. They're really trying to leverage video content. But they also have an older demographic on there, so I need to try to think of what are the things that I can do to provide a valuable video to Facebook that isn't just me copying and pasting what I'm already doing on YouTube. If that's all I'm doing, why would people go to YouTube when they can go to Facebook? And if I do that, what I'm really doing is a disservice to one of those two platforms. And maybe to both of those platforms. Instagram is all about photos. They want to put out high quality photos, but there is a reason that they put a description for those photos in there. They realize a lot of people will read that, and then there's the comments section, and they want people to comment back and forth. So I'm trying to create high quality photos that are eye-catching, that make people stop their scroll, then read what it is that I'm posting down there, and hopefully people want to talk about and they want to discuss further, which again is hopefully providing value for everybody that's involved. Now, one of the things that you can see on Twitter is that they're constantly trying to feed you trending topics and trending ideas. They want these big discussions. And so I'm often jumping on trending hashtags or trending topics and giving my opinions, my thoughts, my musings. And it doesn't have to be all theological stuff. If I'm just sitting there talking about football, or if I'm talking about Avengers Endgame, and all of a sudden people want to start interacting, they can then go and see on my profile a lot of that God-centered, faith-based content. So then the hardest tactic that I have is to look at all four of these major platforms, and even when other platforms start to rise up and I start to introduce myself on them, how can I try to create a content strategy that is very complementary, so that way it's not requiring a ton of extra work? I'm still figuring that out. It's something that I've tried to do, and I think I'm starting to get a little bit of a handle on it, but it is a very difficult thing. So I hope that kind of gives you some idea and some insight. I wish I could be a lot more specific on this, but I really can't, because I don't know exactly where God is taking this, because I still feel like I'm just in phase 1 of this bigger plan. All right, Jared, now let me flip the script on you. Let me put you on the spot with today's question, and we'll keep with this Marvel theme. We just watched Endgame. what is really kind of the culmination of 10 years of work. What I would like to know is, where do you see things culminating for you in 10 years? Where do you see your life at 10 years from now? Do you guys have any recommendations for specific types of content that I could put on any of those platforms, or that Jared could put on any type of those platforms? Honestly, he and I would love to hear about that, and I'm sure there are other vlog pastors and social media ministers that would love your suggestions as well. So go ahead and leave them down in the comments section below, and we'll continue this conversation. Now, until tomorrow, I just want you guys to stay blessed, enjoy God's best, and have a fantastic day. Okay, so I said no spoilers, and this is not a spoiler, but if I can just give one little piece of advice for those going out to watch Endgame, if you have not seen it yet and you consider yourself a big fan of Marvel movies, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, no matter what you're told about there being no end scene, please do yourself a favor and stick around until after the credits and keep those ears peeled.